when you see a woman outside beating a man, that is, people are not going to talk. It's a gender-based violence. I mean, it's physical, and I remember there's a physical gender-based violence. What do you think, or how should people really react? Because it's not normal, like my colleague has said. So, is it that people should see a woman beating a man and then keep quiet about it?
Oh, it's not supposed to be at all.
Thank you, Mrs. Suliart.
You're
I have my
welcome.
next question here, which says that how do you rate the gender-based violence bill that was passed into law by Bukola Saraki-led Senate in 2015? Let me give a briefing. I think the then president, in person of former President Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, he signed the law, the bill that gender-based violence needs to have a law in which perpetrators are brought to book. You understand? And then on the long run, I don't know, what is your take? Do you think this law has been fully or poorly implemented? What is your opinion on it?
Though it was signed into law, but it was poorly implemented. Thus, only few people know about it, and nothing has been done so far.
Yes, and are you also aware that when this law was being passed into bill, there's this VAPP, Violence Against Person Prohibitors, and then yes, it's an act. Thank you very much. So Violence Against Persons Prohibitors is actually ongoing but not fully implemented, as you said. But what do you think that they can actually do to make this implementation fully known to the audience and to people out there to know that okay, the government are doing something on gender-based violence?
Where there is law, there will be punishment, and where there is punishment, people will get hold of their bad ways, poor ways. They will not want to be a victim of such punishment. So I think we need government to do more. They should act more on this and let us have a rule. If so happens, this will happen. For rape, we know the punishment, and government is trying day by day. If they are handling gender-based violence the way they are handling rape, I believe there will be a kind of reduction in the way it is being practiced in this part of.
Okay, so now when you mentioned rape, do you think the government are doing more to bring the perpetrators of rape acts to justice?
They are doing more, because recently, like few months ago, the rate at which we experience rape cases in this part of the country, not even in this part of the country, almost everywhere in the country, it's so alarming that government had no choice, that they just have to come in, and both governments, the social media and the public sectors are trying hard to fight rape. So the same energy they used to fight it, we have some pedophiles that have talked to themselves, even some have even submit themselves for therapy because they don't want to be a victim of punishment. If gender-based violence is being practiced, is being handled the same way rape is being handled, I believe people will be aware and they will be conscious of the way they behave and act.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much, ma'am. You spoke about the poor implementation of the bill since 2015. My question here is, what are the likely barriers that could be responsible for poor implementation? I mean, you don't just pass a law, you have the ought to do something, and then on the long run, you just die down. What do you think the reasons could be that these barriers are actually being poorly implemented?
Priority. That's our problem in this country. Priority. We tend to prioritize things that favors us rather than things that is necessary. During COVID, students were asked to sit at home because they believe it's best for them. Workers are asked to sit at home because they believe it's best. Fine, it is best. But some other things that the environment prioritized or the government prioritized is going on. At some points where there was more pressure, markets was opened, election was allowed. So if they prioritize it, they will be follow up.
Okay, now you mentioned earlier that okay, permit me to use the Yoruba word, political basofi, Eshekusi. Now, I don't know, there is a term which they call catcalling. Yeah, catcalling is a situation whereby, let's say in a gathering there are males, most of them are males, and then a female passes by, and then they make this kind of probably like a whistle, or they make like demeaning comments that
look at her butt.
We call it verbal bullying.
Yeah, that makes the female so scared. Sometimes when I see a gathering of males, like I walk faster than I do.
You even want to fall down at times.
Yeah, so what do you think the government should do? Or do you think it is something that the government, personally I think it is something that the government should look into? And then probably, let's say when they look into it, what are the kind of punishments you think there can be in order to stop this kind of behavior?
So, from my own perspective, I don't think in that aspect, the catcalling of it in, I don't think the government have a lot to do in that aspect. I will question the self-esteem there. We need to train. What the government can do is they should train our girls and our guys on how to walk, on how to build their self-worth and their self-esteem. Like, I am fat. If I don't agree or learn to accept myself the way I am, will somebody accept me when I cannot accept myself?